Black to play and win. This is the game Karas against Gavrilescu, played in the European Rapid Championship last year in 2022. Let me just mention that black, of course, is going this way and white is going this way. White has just played the knight back here to f4. So how do we deal with this? Well, in these kind of situations, in the endgame, you have to calculate. There is no substitute. If you guess, you could well get it wrong. You just have to crunch it through to the end. Of course, this was rapid play, so that's not so easy, but black succeeded. Okay, I think I've been stalling long enough to give you time to solve this. You can always pause the video, of course. Right, what about knight takes knight? No good. The king is very unfortunately placed on this diagonal. G7, C2, G8, queen, check. Now actually, black can still hold the draw, but of course that is not a triumph. Okay, what about just blockading that pawn? Not good enough. Knight E2. And white simply gives up that knight for the c-pawn and then marches with the king up the board to take the pawn. Right, well, what's black's best move? What's the only way to win? C2. Threatening mate in 1. That's a good start. The knight goes back to E2. Doesn't make any difference whether it goes to D3 or E2. The knight prevents the pawn from queening. Okay. So far, so good. But now what for black? I do hope that you'd thought this through beforehand. King A3. So what's the point of that? Well, this knight would like to step in and give checkmate. That's the idea. And there's no good defense. For example, if knight c1, knight d4, g7, give a check, has to be exchanged off. White makes a queen, and black mates a queen. Or a rook, checkmate. Okay, what about g7? Well, this is the game continuation, actually. That could be taken, but it's simpler just to play the knight into d4 or c5. So let's be flashy and let's put it on d4. This is the game continuation. If that's taken, then queen mate or rook mate. And if knight c1, well, we've just seen that variation, you give a check and... Okay, you can make a queen. You could also do that one as well. That's mate. So knight d4, g8, knight b3 check, queen takes, pawn takes, and there's no good defense. In fact, there isn't. Simply no defense whatsoever to b2 checkmate next move. Very neat calculation, and yes, particularly as this was a rapid play game, very neatly done. If you want to see the whole game, then do check out the link to chesspuzzle.net and you'll find lots of other puzzles there as well.